If your partner was still grabbing coffee with their ex, laughing at their jokes, and texting them late at night to say, happy birthday, would you honestly feel safe in that relationship? Would you truly believe that you had all their loyalty? Or would part of you feel like, you're in a competition that you never signed up for? Well, the answer is obvious. And that's exactly why being friends with an ex while in a new relationship is not just risky, it's downright disrespectful to the person that you're with today. My name is Raf Velasco. Now, it's important that I mention I am not a licensed therapist or a certified psychologist. I'm just a guy here on YouTube, that gives you raw, no BS relationship advice that's based on personal experience and through, talking to hundreds of people about their relationship experiences. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But I also sprinkle in some biblical wisdom because I believe it's important that we put God in the center of our relationships. I want you to see these videos, as deep conversations that you're having with a friend who truly cares for you. So if that sounds like, something that you can use, well, then I'd love to have you in our community. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But for now, let's get back to today's video. Here's the BS lie that most people, they try to use to justify staying friends with their ex. They'll say,
we ended on good terms, so we're just friends now.
Sound mature, right? Wrong. Maturity, well, it's proven by how well you can cut off what no longer serves you and or what disrespects your new partner. And let's be honest, if you're really over someone, you don't need them in your life anymore. You don't keep exes around for friendship. You keep them around because you still haven't fully let go. Call it nostalgia, call it comfort, call it fear of being alone. It doesn't matter. Now, imagine you're running a race together with your new partner and somebody hands you a backpack full of bricks. Every step gets harder, every stride, it feels heavier. You're trying to move forward, but you're carrying unnecessary weight from your past. That's what's keeping an ex in your life is like. It doesn't help you. It slows you down. It drains you. And it eventually, it makes your new partner wonder if you're even serious about finishing the race together. Understand that nobody trips over what's behind them. They only stumble when you refuse to leave it where it belongs. People love to defend it by saying,
well, my ex is just a good person. They know me so well. They've always been there.
Yeah, that's the problem. They know you in ways that your new partner is trying to get to know you. They've had access to places in your heart that your new partner is trying to build trust in. You can't expect your current relationship to thrive if you're still handing out backstage passes to your past. Now answer this honestly and objectively. Would you be okay if your partner was out to dinner with their ex, laughing about old memories or keeping up, with them on social media every damn day? Of course not. You'd feel disrespected. You'd feel like their heart wasn't fully yours. But when it's you holding on to your ex, well, suddenly you tell yourself, it's okay, it's harmless. That's hypocrisy. That's the double standard. And double standards, they don't build love, they break it. Some of you even gaslight your partner about it. They tell you, it bothers me that you're still talking to your ex. And instead of respecting their feelings, you tell them, you're just being insecure. No, they're not being insecure. They're intuitive. They can feel the split in your loyalty. Love requires exclusivity. You can't claim to love someone fully while keeping an emergency exit open to someone else. Your new partner is picking up on what your pride won't let you admit. That you're not 100% fully over your ex yet. You're over here, still entertaining the past. And by doing so, you're teaching your partner that, they'll never get all of you. I want you to answer this. How can they fully trust your heart when it's still partially in someone else's hands? See, Matthew 7:12 says, so in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. If you wouldn't want it done to you, then stop doing it to the person who's loving you right now. I believe most people keep an ex around due to fear. Fear of letting go. Fear of losing, the comfort of someone familiar. Fear of stepping fully into the unknown with your new partner. But understand that fear is the enemy of intimacy. You cannot fully love someone new while still entertaining ties to someone old. James 1:8 says, A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Well, that, instability, well, that's exactly what bleeds into your, relationship when you try to split your loyalty between your past and your present. The Bible also says in Genesis 2:24, a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Well, that's the principle. You leave behind what was, and you cleave to what is. You don't keep your ex as a backup. You don't hold on to them as a safety net. You don't drag them into your future. Leaving means leaving, period. If you're in a new relationship, understand that still being friends with your ex, it's nothing but a distraction. And distractions are dangerous because they rob you of focus. You think you're being loyal to your new partner, but your attention is divided. And when your attention is divided, your love becomes diluted. You can't pour, clean water into a glass while still dumping in dirt and expect it to be drinkable. You've got to choose one. And here's the irony. The people who fight the hardest to keep their exes around are usually the same people who claim they want something real, something lasting, something God ordained. But God doesn't bless divided loyalty. He doesn't bless double-mindedness. He blesses clarity, commitment, and devotion. You can pray all you want for a faithful partner, but if you're still entertaining old flames, you're blocking your own blessings. Galatians 6:7 says, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. If you sow divided loyalty, well, then don't expect to reap faithful love. And if you're thinking right now,
but we're really just friends. It's nothing bad. It's innocent.
let me ask you this. If it's real innocent, then why are you so afraid to cut it off? Why does the thought of blocking them make you so anxious? Why does deleting their number feel like tearing out a piece of yourself? I'll tell you why. Because deep down, it's not as harmless as you've convinced yourself it is. Deep down, they still hold a piece of your heart. And as long as they do, your current partner will never get all of you. The one you're with right now deserves more than half of you. They deserve your full loyalty, your full presence, your full commitment. And if you can't give them that because you're still playing, the tug of war with your past, then do the right thing. Stop wasting their time. Because one of the most disrespectful things that you can do to the one that you're with is to make them feel like they're sharing you with a ghost from your past. Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together unless they are agreed? Well, agreement means alignment, and alignment requires exclusivity. So if your past still has access, then your future is on pause. You can't step into the fullness of what's in front of you while you're still holding on to what's behind you. You got to stop entertaining chaos and then asking God for peace. Stop calling it maturity when it really is just fear. Your flex isn't showing your ex that you can still be cool with them. It's showing your current partner that you're all in. No hesitation, no divided loyalty. Blocking an ex isn't petty, it's powerful. Cutting ties isn't immature, it's maintenance. And protecting your peace isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Because the love of your life does not need to fight for your attention against your ex. They need you whole, present, loyal, and committed. And if you can't give them that, then maybe you're not ready for love yet. But if you are, then start here. Cut the cord. Close the chapter. And protect your relationship like it's sacred, because trust me, it really is. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already. And go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because I post daily content there that doesn't necessarily make it here on YouTube. So go ahead and check it out there. And before you leave, also make sure you check out this playlist right here. I drop a lot of jams. If you or you know anybody that's been cheated on and they're having a hard time letting go of a cheater, then you're going to want to send them this playlist right here. I'll catch you there. Peace.